Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to The Tonight Show, everybody. Here. I love you. It feels great. Thank you so much. Let's get to the news. Well, guys, people are still talking about President Biden's first press conference. And by all accounts, he did well, and there were no major issues. And by no major issues, I mean his dog Major didn't eat anyone's face. One of the big moments from the press conference was when Biden said he expects to run for re-election in 2024. Kamala Harris was like, first he puts me in charge of the border crisis, now this. Hell of a week. Listen, I'm not picking sides or anything, but if it's 8 years of falling up airplane stairs and dog attacks, sign me up. Let's do it. Meanwhile, Fox News is upset because Biden didn't call on them for a question. Oh. They're so hurt. This morning they did a show called Fox and I Thought You Said We Were Friends. That's right, Fox is mad they were left out. It's kind of like your bully being offended that he's not invited to your birthday party. Like, but I just gave you a wedgie this morning. But Fox News had a lot of very fair questions ready to go. Questions like, sir, how long have you been a lizard person? Stuff like that. Oh. Well, Illuminati joke, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, here's some big tech news. Yesterday, Georgia Republicans built a time machine back to 1875. Check out their new law.
The bill signed last night by Republican Governor Brian Kemp is seen by critics as a collection of voter suppression tactics. The new law goes so far as to bar volunteers from passing out water and snacks to voters standing in lines which are much more likely to be longer in black neighborhoods.
Yeah, the state of Georgia just passed a new law that restricts voting. So let's just say the law is so racist, it already has its own warning label on Disney+. When he heard about the law, Vladimir Putin was like, I'm so proud. They learned to rig their own elections. Teach a man to rig, he will rig for a lifetime. A lot of people are pointing out how Georgia's governor signed the bill into law while he was surrounded by other white guys. Take a look at this. They're basically set up like bowling pins for Stacey Abrams to knock down. That's it. That looks like if the Proud Boys had a 50-year reunion, doesn't it? Well, guys, the giant cargo ship is still stuck in the Suez Canal. Oh. And every hour, it's delaying about $400 million worth of goods. But you know the captain's friends are still like, no, honestly, it's not even that bad. People aren't really talking about it. Just stay off the internet. Just stay off Twitter. In fact, stay off of everything. But this phone call, yeah, no one's really talking about it. Meanwhile, every 15 minutes, the captain's wife is like, I told you to get off at exit 34. You can't fit in the thing. First, they tried freeing the ship with a bulldozer. Can we take a look at that picture again? Now they're saying up to 706,000 cubic feet of sand will have to be removed to free the ship. But don't worry, this kid's on it. So it's going to be perfect. We got it. Hey, listen to this. Spirit Airlines flight from Cleveland to Los Angeles was diverted after a passenger tried to open the emergency exit door mid-flight. Don't worry, everyone is fine. Thankfully, Spirit always makes sure their doors are flex-sealed shut. Listen, things are like this are going to happen when the in-flight movie is Mank. Yeah. I'll take Scoob, whatever you got. I mean, there you go. Get this, there was a mystery light show in the Pacific Northwest last night, and it turned out to be caused by something pretty unexpected. Check it out.
At around 9 o'clock, folks from Seattle to Portland reported brilliant, blazing streaks overhead. It turns out they were objects of debris from a SpaceX rocket launched a few weeks ago.
Whew. It's just a careening, fiery space debris. For a second, I was nervous. And finally, some news from Canada. A police officer pulled someone over after noticing something that didn't look quite right. Watch this.
Police in Ontario said an officer pulled over a motorcyclist whose license plate was homemade and also misspelled.
When they took him to jail, the police were like, it's a good thing you like making license plates. At first, he tried to bribe the police by handing them a Post-it note that said $20 on it. Then it got even worse when he handed the officer his driver's license. Look, there you go.